Loneliness can be a daunting prospect. The very idea of solitude can send shivers down our spines, making us wonder if we are doomed to a life of isolation. But it's time to realize that loneliness doesn't necessarily stem from the absence of people around us. It originates from a void within ourselves, a void that no amount of external companionship can fill. It's a void that calls for self-reflection and growth. We often seek comfort in the warmth of being loved and cherished by others. It's a beautiful feeling to be wanted and appreciated, and it's natural to desire it. However, we must remember that relying entirely on external validation can lead to dependency and a constant fear of being alone. True growth involves finding contentment within ourselves, independent of others' opinions and affections. Loneliness isn't about the number of people surrounding us. It's about our internal state of being. Even in a crowded room, one can feel profoundly alone if they are disconnected from their inner self. It's time to shift our focus from seeking validation in the eyes of others to taking responsibility for our own happiness and fulfillment. We often expend an immense amount of energy trying to manage how others perceive us and our actions. We strive to be liked and understood by everyone, but this is an impossible task. There will always be people who don't resonate with us or misinterpret our intentions. It's crucial to recognize that we can't control others' perceptions, and it's not our responsibility to do so. Our responsibility lies in being true to ourselves and making choices aligned with our values and principles. Fear of rejection and loneliness often stems from our need to be accepted by everyone. We must learn to accept that not everyone will like us, and that's perfectly fine. It's a part of life, and it doesn't define our worth. What matters is how we perceive ourselves and how we live our lives authentically. It's essential to understand that relying solely on external validation can be a fleeting source of happiness. True contentment and strength come from within. When we learn to be self-sufficient in terms of our emotional well-being, we become resilient to the ups and downs of life. For those who have experienced failures and disappointments in personal relationships, it's crucial to remember that people are fallible. Parents, partners, friends, none of them are perfect. They may have let us down or hurt us in various ways, but it doesn't mean our lives are over. It doesn't mean we should lose hope. Ultimately, we must remember that there is a higher power watching over us. Even when our earthly relationships fail us, our faith can provide solace and guidance. It's easy to lose faith in the face of human failures, but we must remind ourselves that God never fails. He is a constant presence in our lives, offering love and support when we need it most. Perhaps you've experienced disappointment in your relationships with your parents, spouse, or friends. Maybe they've let you down and you felt abandoned. It's essential to distinguish between human failings and God's unwavering love. While people may falter, God's love remains steadfast. The journey of growth and maturity requires us to overcome our fears and insecurities. It calls for us to rise above the challenges and disappointments of life. We must remember that even in the absence of human companionship, we are never truly alone. God is always with us, guiding us through the darkest valleys of life. Don't let the failures of your earthly relationships define your sense of self-worth or your future. Your parents may have made mistakes, your spouse may have disappointed you, and your friends may have let you down. But none of this should determine your destiny. You have a purpose that transcends human relationships, and it's time to embrace it. Think about the example of Jesus. He faced isolation and betrayal, even from those closest to him. Yet he remained steadfast in his faith and purpose. His time in solitude was not a source of despair, but an opportunity for renewal. It allowed him to connect with God on a profound level, strengthening his resolve to fulfill his divine mission. In moments of loneliness and solitude, we too can draw closer to God. Instead of viewing these times as moments of despair, we can see them as opportunities for spiritual growth and renewal. It's during these moments that we can establish a deeper connection with our Creator. The concept of silence is often misunderstood as the absence of communication. However, silence is not merely the absence of words, it is the act of listening. In the quiet moments of our lives, we can hear God's voice more clearly. We can discern His guidance and gain a better understanding of His purpose for us. In moments of solitude, we can find solace in the knowledge that God is our constant companion. When others let us down, He remains by our side, ready to offer comfort and guidance. In the darkest valleys of life, we can find strength in His presence. It's important to acknowledge that our perception of the future is often clouded by our present circumstances. We tend to view the future through the lens of our current challenges and struggles. However, God has a unique plan for each of us, a plan that extends beyond our current circumstances. While we may not be able to see the full scope of our future, we can trust that God has already charted a path for us. We must have faith that His plan is far greater than anything we can imagine. Our current trials are not meant to destroy us, but to draw us closer to Him and prepare us for the journey ahead. Consider the storms in your life, the challenges you faced, and those you may still encounter. These storms are not intended to derail your journey, but to refine your character and strengthen your faith. They are the winds that propel you toward the destination God has designed for you. It's important to recognize that adversity and suffering can be powerful catalysts for personal growth. In the midst of your most significant trials, you may find yourself drawing nearer to God. Your moments of deepest anguish may become the times when you turn to Him most fervently. Think back to your life's most challenging moments. Were they not the times when you sought solace in prayer and sought God's guidance? Often, it is in our moments of greatest need that we draw closest to Him. These moments are not meant to break us, but to bring us into a deeper relationship with our Creator. Embracing the storms of life and facing them with unwavering faith can lead to profound transformation. Instead of viewing adversity as a destructive force, see it as a refining fire that purifies your character and strengthens your resolve. The storms in your life may have been tempestuous, but they have also been transformative. They have tested your faith and resilience, and through them, you have grown stronger. It's time to recognize that these storms have a purpose. They are shaping you into the person you were meant to be. As you navigate the challenges of life, remember that you are not alone. God walks beside you through every trial and tribulation. He is the constant presence in your life, offering guidance and comfort when you need it most. In times of difficulty, don't lose sight of the fact that you are on a journey toward the fulfillment of God's purpose for your life. While the path may be fraught with challenges, it is also rich with opportunities for growth and transformation. It's natural to fear the unknown, to be apprehensive about what lies ahead. But remember that you're not alone on this journey. God is your faithful companion, guiding you through the storms and leading you toward a future that He has already ordained. As you face the challenges of life, hold on to your faith. Trust in God's plan, even when it seems obscured by the clouds of uncertainty. Have confidence that He is leading you to a place of purpose and fulfillment, a place where the storms of life serve to propel you forward, not hold you back. In conclusion, the fear of loneliness is a common human experience, but it's essential to recognize that it's a fear that can be overcome. Loneliness doesn't stem from the absence of people, but from an inner void that only personal growth and self-discovery can fill. Relying solely on external validation is a fleeting source of happiness, and true contentment comes from within. Even in the face of disappointments and challenges in human relationships, we have the unwavering presence of God to lean on. His love and support are constant, offering solace and guidance in times of loneliness. It's during moments of solitude that we can deepen our connection with our Creator and gain a clearer understanding of His purpose for our lives. The storms and challenges we encounter in life are not meant to destroy us, but to refine us. They serve as catalysts for personal growth and draw us closer to God. As we navigate the uncertainties of the future, We must trust in God's plan and hold on to our faith. His purpose for our lives extends beyond our current circumstances, and He is with us every step of the way. Embrace growth, overcome loneliness, and find your purpose in the journey of life.